Hello, my name is Margaret Philbrick, and I will be demonstrating manual restraints in this video. So you have three main types of restraints: verbal, manual, and chemical. Your verbal restraints are your most basic, so it's you talking to the horse. It can be used to soothe and calm the horse, or to reprimand the horse, like so. And it can be anything. It can be saying, whoa, easy, growling, clucking to them. It's anything to reassure them, calm them down, or to reprimand them. So your most basic manual restraint is a halter and a lead rope. So your halter, most important part, is that it is fitted correctly to the horse. If it is situated too low, it can damage the cartilage should the horse choose to be naughty. Or if it is too high, the brass buckles on the side of the halter can rub on the cheekbones of the horse, leaving unattractive markings on their face. So our next manual restraint is the chain over the nose. So this is done by placing a chain starting from this side of the halter over the noseband, through the other ring, and up to the top. This is normally done for leading horses or for dealing with a horse who's a little feistier during clipping. So at William Woods, these are normally used in the saddle seat division. And the way we store them is we roll them up. So before you apply it to the horse, you should unroll it so you have the full length of your lead. And then make sure that you have no kinks in your chain. You will then start from your on side of the horse, guiding the clip as quietly as possible and quickly through the loop, going over the nose, so you create a loop over the noseband, and clipping up to this ring, making sure your clip faces outwards. And then you will make sure to check your chain so that you don't have too much chain hanging out from the side of the noseband, as if you are leading the horse by the chain, it can damage your hands, and it is generally unsafe to lead a horse this close. You normally want to lead a horse from here. And that is how you do a chain over the nose. Your next form of manual restraint is the lip chain. This is done with the chain you use for over the nose. This is normally done when you have to clip a horse who is problematic or give shocks. To accomplish this method of restraint, you start on this side, put your clip through, go under, come up over here, and clip to the top with the clip facing outwards. It's always important to make sure your clip faces outwards, as if it faces inwards, it can rub the horse. So you will slide through this one, down, up, and clip. Then when you do this, you will try to ensure it lays as flat as possible against the horse's gums and that you don't hit his teeth, and that you slide successfully under the lip. And then you always want to pull down. Never want to pull up or to the side, even if the horse is acting bad. This is a restraint that functions on you maintaining your leverage downward. Now, to remove this restraint, you will release the chain, pull it out of their mouth, slide it over their nose, unclip it, slide it through the offside ring, and then through the onside ring. Clip the chain back to itself, wrap the lead rope up correctly, and place it back in storage. And that is how you do a lip chain. So your final method of chain restraint is under the chin. This is not a normally used method. It's used commonly in stock horse halter, as well as for difficult horses who don't like having the pressure on their nose. So to accomplish this, you will place your clip through the onside ring, then the offside ring, and then you will clip up to the offside top ring. And that is how you accomplish a chain under the jaw. The next form of manual restraint is a lip twine. This can be done by simply cutting off a piece of baling twine. You want to make sure that there are no rough edges down the edge of the lip twine, and that can make it more severe. A lip twine is commonly considered more severe than a lip chain because people only use one strand of twine. But you can also braid pieces of twine together to make it thicker and therefore less severe. So to do a lip twine, you will first tie it to the offside of the halter, making sure to do a secure knot, and then you will slide it through the onside of the halter. You don't need to put that in your mouth. Trying to prevent your horse from eating the twine prior to when you want to insert it. That's proving difficult currently. Now, just like with the lip chain, you want to lift up their gums, their lip, and slide it onto their gums. This is much gentler on their teeth because it's not metal and it won't clank on them, but it is still a manual restraint, and it can be severe if you pull up to the side instead of down. So to remove the lip twine, you will simply slide it out of their mouth and untie it. And that is how you do a lip twine. So your most severe form of manual restraint you can use on a horse's face or lip is a twitch. This has a time limit on it. You can't start work immediately after applying it, and you only have about 15 minutes to complete the work you're hoping to accomplish before the horse reaches the blow stage. This is a device that is completely dependent on the horse's endorphins, them kicking in, and then you knowing when you have to complete your job by. Because the blow stage is a dangerous point where this becomes extremely painful and difficult for the horse to tolerate. So to apply your manual restraint, to apply your twitch, you put your thumb and 3 fingers through the rope, leaving your pinky out. And you normally want it to only go to about your first knuckle so it can slide up easily. So you want to keep the wood handle under your arm. So to apply the twitch, you'll grab the horse's top lip, slide the rope on the lip over your knuckles, and make sure you get a good portion of the lip so you can actually accomplish this. Now, preferably, I would have a longer handled twitch, which we do have on campus, but I don't know where it is, in all honesty. So this is a successfully applied twitch, and you would leave it on for about 2 minutes before you begin your procedure in order to allow the endorphins to kick in. You can also sit and stare at your horse's eyes and wait for him to get that tired, drowsy look, and then begin and do whatever you have to do as fast as possible. If it's clipping, if it's a shoeing job, anything, just do it as fast as you can. Now to take off the twitch, you want to twist it as quickly as possible, keeping both hands on it, so the horse can't turn it into a lethal weapon, and then you rub their nose to restore circulation. And now he hates me. Good boy. And that is how you do a twitch. Your next form of manual restraint is the shoulder roll. This is accomplished by rolling the horse's skin on his neck over your fingernails. You don't want to have long fingernails to do this, as that can make it very painful and you could actually injure the horse. So your area for this is about 2 inches above the jugular groove, about 1.5 inches below the crest, and right above the scapula. Now to do this, you will grab a roll of skin on the horse's neck, and it'll cause him to shallow out his neck. When you finish doing this, you will pet the horse in order to reward them and also to make sure that the skin returns to normal. This restraint is used for quick procedures. If you have anything that takes longer than a few seconds, you will have to use a different restraint. Our next form of manual restraint is the leg lift. This is done by lifting up the horse's leg and pointing their toe. So you would lift up the leg, just as if you were lifting the foot to clean it, and then you will lift all the way up to the point of the elbow. Now you can do that with a saddlebred. With most other breeds, I don't suggest doing it this severe, and you can go even more severe with a high motion saddlebred. This is done for a quick procedure, such as clipping the leg or sheath cleaning. To release this restraint, you will just gently set the leg back down on the ground and tell your horse that they were good for whatever you just tortured them with. So your leg lift, you want to be careful where you are positioned with the horse. So if you're doing a procedure on a front leg, you want to be on the opposite side, or on the opposite leg from the procedure you're doing for the leg lift. If you're doing a procedure on the back legs, you want to be on the same side front leg, as horses cannot stand on same side pairs, but they can stand on diagonal pairs. And you never do a leg lift on a back leg. That's a good way to get yourself injured or get whoever is helping you injured. So your last form of restraint is chemical. The three main tranquilizers we use at William Woods are acepromazine, rompin, and ditomidine. Acepromazine is given for situations where you need a light tranquilizer. You only give 1 to 4 cc's. Rompin is given normally for colic, and you give 1 to 4 cc's. And ditomidine, also called dimorcidan, is given for more severe situations, such as a horse who's bad for clipping, or you're getting ready to do a veterinary procedure of some sort. And you only give 1/4 to 1/2 cc unless otherwise recommended by your veterinarian.